What's your name?
Tristan.
Tristan? All right.
Yep.
And you obviously just got done voting. Do you mind
Yeah,
saying
finally.
who you voted for?
I voted for Clinton.
My name's Patrick Obert.
Patrick? Obviously, you just got done voting.
Absolutely.
What brought you out to vote today?
It's our right to do that. There's a lot of countries where you have no right to do that. A lot of people gave up their lives so that I have the right to do that. So I have the right to vote for any idiot I want. And it's a wonderful thing.
If you don't mind saying, who did you vote for?
I voted for Trump.
Would you like to talk about why you voted for Clinton?
To be honest, I really didn't like either candidates, really. I wasn't really happy about either of my options. But based off of someone who actually has a background working in the government, I felt that Clinton was better suited to do the job. I don't want Trump representing the country that I live in. You know, I traveled abroad, and I remember after 9/11 and everyone talking about Bush and living overseas and being treated poorly as an American, and people saying, you voted for him, you brought this war, and I didn't do any of those things. I didn't like being associated with a president that people didn't like, that the rest of the world didn't like. One of the things that was nicest about having Obama in office is a lot of people didn't agree with him, but traveling abroad as an American was easier. Going to places like Europe, going to places like Japan, and having people talk to me about our president was a lot different, and I was treated differently. I was treated better than I was when we had Bush in office. I didn't have to apologize for being American. No, I'm sorry. Where are you from? Oh, I'm from the United States. I'm sorry. Like, I kind of got into this rut when I would travel abroad, and I don't want to have that feeling ever again. And my wife is an immigrant, and my mother is an immigrant, and I don't appreciate someone who talks about immigrants the way that he does. We have an amazing infrastructure that's built on immigrants for a country that is built on immigrants. We're all illegal immigrants. You know, when you look at it as a standpoint, we came in and we pushed out the indigenous people here. We are a country built on immigration, and I can't and won't support somebody who doesn't support the growth of our country through immigration. I just can't do it.
What issues made you decide to vote for Trump?
I think he can do basic math,
Okay.
which is a big thing because I see that how the economy is going right now. I noticed that there's a lot of there's more homeless families now than there ever has been. There's more people on welfare now than there ever has been. And I think that, welfare is a good thing. I don't think we should do away with it, and I don't think they will, but I think it needs reformed drastically. A lot of people are not working, and they should be. A lot of the stuff that's been going on for a lot of years, they've taken a lot of the good jobs that you could make a living at away. A perfect example, I worked at a local area business, and it was real hard making a living for a lot of years. There are jobs out there, it's just hard to live on. And I think that in this country, we give away more money than a lot of countries run on. So I think that, there should be jobs that you can live on, and we should have a higher standard of living for people because this is the greatest country in the world.
Are there any issues that you think weren't discussed enough this election season, or you wish were discussed more?
I think we got caught up in too much of the hype beast between Hillary and Donald Trump. I would have liked more discussion around the middle class, more talks about, different ways to, I'm for cutting the income tax, but we have to make up money somewhere else. I would like to see solutions. Let's hike up the tax on emissions. Let's force companies to reduce their carbon footprint. Let's make them pay a higher tax. And in the meantime, let's give the middle class a little bit of an extra cushion by cutting taxes a little bit. We focus too much on Wall Street and everything else. I don't think there's enough focus on middle class. And really getting everyone else to understand what it is that they're voting for. I think we vote too much on our personal belief systems and not on what's good for the country. It used to be a country that did what was right for the little people, that really benefited, those who are in need. And we really don't do that anymore. We vote for the almighty dollar, and everything is about more money for everyone else, and it's not for what's right. We used to move mountains. We used to change. We were a country of change. We're really not anymore.
what are like one or a couple of issues that you thought weren't talked about enough this election cycle, or you wish whoever does become president like does something about that would have a positive
Well,
effect
I mean,
on you?
if you want to get to like building a wall, I don't know if a wall is going to be the cure. I don't know if you'll be able to get Mexico to pay for it. It's not beyond the realm of possibility. We do have to do something about immigration. I mean, I've seen things where they said, we're bringing in the Syrian refugees, which, granted, we should, but if you look at the Syrian refugees that are coming in, it's not the women and children. It's the 28 to 35-year-old warriors. These are men. They're not. I haven't seen families. I mean, if somebody can show me something otherwise, I'd be more than happy to look at it. It scares me to death. I mean, look at all the terrorism we've had in this country just in recent months. We never used to have that. I mean, 9/11 was a horrible thing. It is what it is, and I think that kind of stuff is here to stay. People, they hate us because they ain't us.
What do you think Hillary's chances of winning and Donald's chances of winning?
I don't know. It seems like it's pretty split, 50-50. I hate saying it when I look at my Facebook feed. It seems to be pretty 50-50. I don't know. At the end of the day, I'm still going to wake up in America whether or not I have the president I want or not. What's important is I had an opportunity to vote, and, so did everyone else. That's what makes America great.